Yeah, so here's the thing about Beastmaster is like...
Should I be recording?
Yeah, you should be recording.
Yeah.
Okay, recording.
Wait, hold on, William. You said you want to talk about GameStop for a little bit, I think, before we get into the movie, right?
No. So here's the thing about Beastmaster.
I'm just kidding.
I kind of want to make the podcast move and not be boring.
All right. It's a crazy idea, but sure.
So I haven't seen this movie in like over 30 years. I'm 38 now. I used to watch this movie all the time when I was like 4 or 5 years old.
Nice.
Because it was on HBO constantly.
You saw them titties?
I would watch the titties, and Dennis Miller had this famous joke. HBO, it stands for "Hey, Beastmaster's on."
That's awesome. That's a really funny joke, actually. That's a good one.
I put him on the map. But
yeah.
So when I was watching it for the first time, like a couple days ago, it was really hard for me to even like watch the movie, enjoy the movie, pay attention to the movie, because I had so many
boobies,
like memories and like weird feelings of just like, oh, I remember this part, I don't remember this part, or like, oh, I never understood this scene. So I wasn't really sure how I felt about it at the end of the movie. And then I watched it with the commentary, and that cleared up a lot of info about like what the hell happened on the movie. And then
what is a Beastmaster?
And then I watched it again, and I would just like skip around, and I was just like skipping around. And that's really the thing about Beastmaster, is that you don't sit down and just watch it. It's like comfort food. Like when it would just be on HBO, I would just come in at like a third of the way or the last two scenes, So
I was going in and out of sleep, and I feel like I got the bigger picture.
Yeah. It's not the first time you watch it. It's such a dreadful first watch.
I mean, just because of
their names,
like it's old. Their names,
Dar.
It's old. Like the whole time I was thinking, why have they not rebooted this one though? It should be a badass reboot.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of like this is like an early thing of like the Game of Thrones stuff. This is what those stories used to be.
Beastmasters,
I guess.
No.
So Beastmaster is a vegetarian then, right? They never show him eat.
They never show him wearing a shirt.
Pretty hypocritical. Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. But I was thinking, if he feels like the empathy of these animals, there's no way he would eat.
Yeah, you're a vegan, Ryan. Did you feel like you connected with the character of Beastmaster?
Oh, I'm sure PETA sued the hell out of them. When at the beginning there is a wolf, or his dog, that gets shot with a crossbow.
Yeah.
They straight John Wicked his ass.
Well,
yeah.
I in the commentary they said they actually drugged the dog, and
that's what I was saying. You could tell the dog was real and sedated.
Yeah, it's sedated. They didn't actually kill it, but yeah.
Well, no, I mean, that is its own form of like, I don't think you could do that in a movie today.
Why, just giving a dog pills?
Oh, this thing looked, yeah. I mean, that's animal abuse.
Just chilling him out.
A dog?
That's just chilling him out.
Oh, this thing was dead, dude.
It wasn't dead. It just was.
I mean, it was as close to death.
It was like anesthesia.
I could see it breathing when it was supposed to be dead. So that took me right out of the movie. The dogs.
Well, how did you feel watching the ferret fall into the quicksand? Did you think they could do that today?
That was insane. No,
Yeah,
but like, why did it
crazy.
take him so long to save him? Just like watched him drown.
So you're saying like, does Beastmaster when he like kills a deer with an arrow and has to eat it, does he feel the deer die?
Yeah. He can if he I don't think he has full control over his power yet, but by the end of the movie he kind of has full control. But yeah, he says, I see through their eyes and I hear their thoughts and they hear my thoughts.
It's a good thing. Like that's not addressed. I mean, there's a lot of things to nitpick in this movie.
Kind of like a What Women Want, but for animals.
Yeah. And you know he's fucked a bear or something.
Oh yeah, he's absolutely
dude.
He's definitely having sex with animals.
I mean, if you could fuck a bear, wouldn't you? That thick, soft cheeks.
I'd want to cuddle. I'd want to be like a little spoon in that situation.
Oh, that's right here.
Like a grizzly, like a black bear. From behind, just pound it.
Ryan's only into the black bears.
That would be like fucking a sofa.
Yeah.
Which is
doesn't
nice,
that sound nice?
too.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
You could replicate the feeling by just sticking your dick in sofa cushions.
Yeah, I feel like he should be more powerful than what he was.
Well, he only gets like, I mean, I don't want to get too far ahead, but I thought he was going to, like, Ace Ventura has more animals than this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he has more dangerous animals. He has a tiger painted black.
Yeah,
that tiger's about? Awesome. Is that something you learned on the commentary?
Well, you could just tell.
It was pretty obvious.
It looks like
a rare black tiger.
Did they want like a panther or something?
Yeah, but I think it was just easier to control a tiger.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
Well, why didn't they just leave it a tiger?
There's more tigers in America.
Maybe the tiger's black.
Why couldn't he just have a tiger though?
That's something I question too, Ryan.
In the book, maybe he's black, and so they're like,
"Oh, it's based on a book."
Well, apparently in the book he's a Navajo warrior, also, and it takes place on another planet, so it's like really crazy. And they changed
the Navajos are from another planet.
Yeah, it's like totally nuts, like 50s sci-fi, and so they kind of changed it to make it more like a Hercules
white hunky
kind of movie.
Nice, that's my kind of thing.
Yeah, I was getting Hercules vibes throughout the whole thing.
I was wondering what time period this is set in, because it feels like it's Dark Ages, maybe. But like, I
don't even think it's on Earth. Some of those creatures on there were insane. Like,
like it was an
earworm thing. Yeah, I don't think they addressed it though. And the dude's name was Dar. But then the one homie's name was just Seth.
Yeah. I'm Seth.
Hi, I'm Seth.
John Amos.
I'm Dar. I'm Glar.
Coming to America and Roots, right?
Yeah, he was great.
Oh, that was him.
John
also,
Amos.
I thought it was Rip Thorn, not Rip Torn.
No, Rip Torn. That's his real name, too.
I thought it was Thorn.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, so Rip Torn.
Do you think he was getting a lot of pussy at this point in his life, William? Rip Torn?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely, dude. He's awesome.
Not as much as Men in Black, but...
Well, when he was younger, wasn't he super handsome and he getting a bunch of pussy and stuff?
He made a movie where all he does is get pussy.
Yeah.
And it's black and white.
Beastmaster.
Yeah.
Would you fuck those witches?
Oh, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The witches in this movie are really good. I love witch shit. And I thought they were like really well done witches. They're creepy, but also they're unique for witches because witches.
Well, what's unique about them, Adam? Describe them for the audience.
All right, so these witches are the normal witch is.
Wow, you're
the normal.
Okay, never mind.
Sorry.
So the witches in this movie are very simple. They're hot
I love witches.
with
I
ugly faces. Okay,
yes,
they're just like
they're old faces.
They're like old,
and this is what I was going to say.
Drained of life.
Witches are.
Hold on, I got a jailhouse call.
What is that? Is that a?
Free call from.
Oh, nice.
An inmate at the Alameda County Center Region.
We might do some GameStop talk.
To accept this free call, press 0.
We can take a break from this.
This telephone
this is in the
may
episode.
be monitored or recorded.
I mean, from talking about Beastmaster. Unless he wants to
in prison.
Not permitted during this call.
One of William's friends is in jail right now
to the monitoring or recording of this
for
call.
cutting a guy's ear off.
Please press 1 after
For
the
what?
tone.
Hello?
This telephone call may be monitored or recorded.
I gotta hit this.
The use of special calling features is not permitted during this call. To consent
No
to the
podcasting
monitoring
during
or
this
recording
call.
of this call, please press 1 after the tone. Thank you for using GTL.
Hello.
What's up, Mike?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Good. We're recording the podcast, and you're on it now.
Hey, Mike.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, did you keep any of that GameStop stock?
You mean the 1,600 shares of GameStop that I bought at $3?
Yeah, you have them?
No, I sold them all. So that's about $500,000
Damn.
I blew.
Oh my God! Are you fucking kidding? God.
Awesome.
Jesus
What's the topic of
Christ.
discussion on this podcast?
We're talking about Beastmaster.
Beastmaster. I don't really remember that movie, to be perfectly honest. I don't have anything to report here movie-wise, other than we watched Lord of the Rings 1 and Lord of the Rings 2, and also Limitless about the, is that supposed to be about crystal meth or what? I don't know if I understand.
I think it's about Adderall.
They're saying it's about Adderall. But how did it...
Adderall.
Right.
Adderall pills are not clear, but that's very possible. Could be that. Let me think anything else happened in here.
Did you keep any GameStop stock?
Hell no, I didn't. All I have is Alibaba and like a couple other stocks. I'm a fucking idiot. I guess we should have kept those.
Yeah, but like, come on. Who really knew except for the guy who The Big Short is based on, and we read the article, and we bought GameStop because he bought it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Did he hold them, you think?
He hasn't said, but he might have.
Yeah, that's wild, dude. That's unbelievable. I can't. And Reddit, Wall Street Bets is all over the friggin' TV in here and on the tablet. That is so funny that a meme stock went up so high. That's awesome. Good for them. I'm glad they got it.
But that's the only time that this is going to happen, right? Because they're going to like regulate it and shit. What? Oh, he can't hear me, can he?
What's that?
He can't.
Is your co-host on the podcast back or no?
They're back, but you can't hear them. They're talking.
Tell him we said hey.
No. What I mean is, he had his thing, and I don't want to say too much about his personal life, but yeah, he's back. That's good. Right on. That's very good.
He had his kid, but unfortunately, his kid was placed into the body of a cow and now can communicate with animals. Like Beastmaster.
My kid's a Beastmaster.
Awesome. They did like in vitro fertilization with the full baby, right?
Well, no, a witch put blue liquid on the mother, and then the baby transferred bodies, I guess.
It happens every day.
Oh, it's like a curse, like thinner or something.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's
very nice. Okay, I like that.
Let's stop talking.
See what else we got going on here. I get out on Friday, so I'm done. I've completed this whole thing.
Is that early? No.
What's up?
That's February 5th.
February 5th, yes, this Friday. I'm trying to get a COVID test. They're going to give me some pills on the way out, and they're trying to find me a job. I'm pretty excited. I had a great time, but it's time to go home, definitely.
You missed a lot of crazy shit. You missed the whole riot.
Yeah.
You missed GameStop stock.
Anything new with that other than I see that people are so stupid filming themselves breaking the law, and they're now finding all those people. That is so funny to me.
Yeah, I know. Oh, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's pretty nuts, man. It's just like... They got no street smarts.
Don't film yourself doing it. That's a bad idea. And post that film on Instagram or wherever. That's a really bad idea.
That's a jailhouse.
Oh yeah, isn't that
revolution?
That guy baked Alaska.
Revolution.
Okay,
isn't that guy baked Alaska? You want to know?
I had a jailhouse cake in here.
You have 1 minute remaining.
What, you had a jailhouse cake? What was in it?
Jailhouse cake. The bottom is like wheat bread. You put a layer of wheat bread, and then on top of that, you put just regular strawberry jelly or grape jelly as the filling. On top of that, you put the yellow cake that we get for dinner. We get this bland, plain yellow cake for dinner every night. You smash that down, put that on top of the jelly. Then on top of the jelly, you put the Jailhouse Oreo cookies. They're like cream sandwich cookies. On top is dehydrated coffee, and peanut butter is the frosting. And you throw that in the oven for about 10 minutes and eat it. And it's
what's the frosting?
The frosting is peanut butter and dehydrated coffee sprinkled.
But damn.
And then you put that in the oven, and it was basically the only decent hot meal I've had in here this entire time.
What's a normal meal?
Is it good? Ask him how good it was.
Okay, so breakfast is usually hot cereal, like malto meal, completely bland, no sugar, nothing else.
Ask him how good it was.
Maybe a slice of ham. Lunch is always either peanut butter and jelly or the worst bologna you have ever seen or tasted in your life. Just smelling it makes me gag.
Thank you for your PTL.
Oh my god!
That's the end of the call. Yeah, so like when he calls, I have to answer. It's really hard It's really hard to answer because he can't call you back. You have to go through all the clicking of the buttons and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I want to know how good that dessert was.
He said it was the
Probably
best.
not great.
He said it was the best hot meal he's had in jail the whole time.
Sometimes,
but then he said his
really
other meals were like bologna.
Yeah, it sucks. I just wouldn't eat meat, I guess, if I was in jail.
You just have peanut butter and jelly, I guess.
Yeah, just go hard on the PB.
I'd probably just eat ass.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. I mean, almost certainly.
Dang, so you lost out on $500,000?
Damn, that sucks, dude.
Yeah, but also it's like
Joey, my cat is like,
you could say I could have gotten $500,000 if I had bought Bitcoin 10 years ago. I could have made $500,000 if I bought Apple.
If I
but GameStop
10
seems
years
like
ago.
a stock that we would have. That's like a stock you would buy for fun because you play video
games. You're a nerd, dude.
That's not why I bought it.
I know, but like
I made a few $1,000s off of it.
A lot of people who casually have stocks I could see them randomly owning it because they're like, oh, I'm going to own some of GameStop.
Yeah, well,
what's the other one? That happened a lot. What's the other one that's like GameStop?
Adam would buy like what? Dildo stock?
Radio Shack. Yeah, dildo.
No, it's like they use the same font as GameStop, and it's another like video game place. Maybe it's just in the Midwest.
Electronics Boutique.
Babbage's.
Something like that. Yeah.
Babbage's. Yeah. I'd have stock in Babbage's for sure.
What part of the Midwest are you in, Ryan? Or what part of Nebraska?
Nebraska. Lincoln.
Do you know where Aurora, Nebraska is?
Yeah.
Because my girlfriend's friend's moving there.
Whoa, why?
Because his boyfriend is from there and he has like a house. So.
Oh, damn. It's probably like a 10 bedroom house, like $400 mortgage.
Yeah, it's like a giant farmhouse.
That sounds cool. Yeah. She's just doing the COVID thing.
No, they're moving there because he's
forever.
The house is probably so cheap and so nice.
I mean, why not? This is the time to do that stuff, you know? That's the kind of cool thing about COVID is that it's like, I mean, it's been really hard, but like it's allowed people this, like modern life is like such a constant thing that you're just like that like wheel. You just are constantly having to like go to work and you're like living in the city and shit, like doing that. It's like this weird like where this fog kind of clears for a second. You can be like, oh, I can kind of figure out. I'm not like just trying to keep up with everything.
The rat race.
Yeah.
But now it's like I'm like not even peddling water or what's the word?
Treading water.
Peddling water.
You got your bicycle.
It's its own beast.
You got your fixed gear. You're in the swimming pool, and you're just sinking.
Like now, this is the first time I'm like, oh shit, I can't. I wish I was working. I wish I had a cat, a big black cat, and a hawk to just be friends with,
and two little ferrets.
You could train them to run up your butt.
Yeah, it'd be cool if it was if he just had the ferrets. If he was just like a ferret guy.
I was waiting for him to tie their tails together and use them like nunchucks.
That'd be cool.
If he was like Squirrel Master and Half Baked.
But you know a guy,
Tommy Chong.
You know those guys who walk around with like a ferret on their shoulder and shit?
Oh yeah, basically, they probably have fedoras too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the ultimate ferret guy.
And then he was a pet detective.
Yeah.
But like, why? Because we know bears exist in that world. Why didn't he get a bear? And like, he could ride around on a bear like a horse. Also, here's one thing about Beastmaster that I never understood. Why didn't he just control the horses that all the people were riding? When he was getting chased by horses, why wasn't he like, hey, just throw this prick off? I know he doesn't treat you right.
Yeah, he kind of stopped being a Beastmaster at the end and just started fighting guys.
Isn't man a beast?
Wow.
That's what I was thinking too. Eventually, if this power is strong enough, he could eventually control humans' minds.
That was powerful. What you just said.
We might be the most dangerous beast.
Yeah. Most dangerous game.
Can you control his sperm like little beasts and make them like crawl up a lady's leg and impregnate her?
On everybody.
Or just stay out of the ovary or egg or uterus. What's the thing that the sperm go into the egg?
Oh, he can blast and his lady,
exactly.
But then he
can bust inside.
But then he can make sure it doesn't actually get her pregnant.
Yeah.
It just swims out.
Like a lot of work.
He's the king, dude.
That's a lot of little sperm to keep track of in his head.
He can do it. Yeah, that's all he's training for, though.
Imagine his nut face. He's trying to concentrate so hard on
all the POV.
Million little sperms.
So yeah.
Whenever there's an animal in the movie, it's like a POV shot to make it easier for them to film. So like the panther's always a fucking POV shot with like roaring going on in the background.
Oh, I wanted to say about the witches. Witches are usually it's a different witch. Well, it's about the movie. Witches are normally an old lady who makes herself appear to be a young babe.
Yeah.
But in this movie, they have the bodies of a young babe, but a face of an old lady.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
That's like,
we saw the movie.
No, my witches, I'm thinking Harry Potter.
Yeah, like a little British boys.
That's my witches.
Are those witches or are they wizards?
Aren't they kind of the same thing?
No, witches are inherently female. We had this huge debate once at work because that's what I was saying. I was like, so can a woman be a warlock? But warlock is like, we looked it up and it's like warlock is like a male magic user and a witch is like a female magic user.
But isn't a witch? It's to be
a wizard. I think wizard can go both ways. Wizard's like the bi.
Yeah, the neutral, gender neutral.
Oh, well, why don't we see any female wizards?
Yeah, more female wizards, please.
So let's get back to Beastmaster. So
sure.
The witches were hot. Yes, I'd poke them.
With your dingus?
Would you kiss?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You kiss and you poke them with your dingus?
Oh, yeah.
That'd be kind of awesome. It'd be like grandma kisses on the cheek while you're just slamming, like a hot model's vagina.
Isn't that the dream? Like the love of your grandma, but just also getting laid in an awesome way at the same time.
She keeps trying to go down on you, and you're just like, let's not do that. I don't like that.
Yeah. I'm not into that. I'm one of those guys that's not into that.
What about those vampire things?
The wraiths?
Oh, the bats. The man bats.
That for some reason worship.
They worship birds. They're bird people.
Yeah, those are cool. I like how in that one scene
but they're not good guys. They murdered that child.
They're animals. He wasn't a child. He was a very short man.
That's why he was captured.
They're an independent third party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're definitely something that should have been explored in the Beastmaster sequels.
How many sequels are there? Yeah.
There's 2 sequels and a TV series. I've only seen Beastmaster 2. So one thing that happened on this movie was Don Coscarelli and his buddy Paul, I think it's Paul Greengrass, they wrote it, and they
the United 93 guy.
They
needed what's his name?
Paul Giamatti.
I'll look it up. Keep going.
It's definitely not the United 93 guy.
Go. I keep going. I'll look it up.
But they so they get like I think he's a Lebanese guy, Silvio Talbot. He like produced it, and he kept making all these crazy demands, and like they wanted to cast Demi Moore instead of Tanya Roberts.
Oh, that'd have been
Demi
cool.
Moore was like 18 and like just started out, and they really liked her. But then like this producer guy would be like, "Yeah, her voice is too husky, so the microphone won't be able to pick it up."
What?
And they're like, "What are you talking about? She's on General Hospital. She's on TV.
Pick it up. What does that even mean?
Like she's an actress. Her voice." He's like, "I don't like her voice," so they wouldn't cast her.
That would have been a whole different movie.
That's the best movie trivia I've ever heard in my life, I think.
And then Mark Singer, they didn't have anyone to play Beastmaster, and they were building sets, and they were getting really close to production. And then the casting director threw out his name, and they were like, the director remembered like, "Oh, I saw him in this like Shakespeare play on PBS, and he was pretty ripped." Because like they were going to cast one of the guys from the Warriors, but cool. Apparently the guy wasn't. He was a good actor. He just wasn't buff enough.
Yeah, I mean this dude looked the part. But
is it the guy that kind of looks like Sean Penn?
Michael Beck.
Is that who you're talking about?
No, he's the lead. They said it was the lead. I mean, he's not really remembered that much.
Okay.
But
I mean, I thought the Beastmaster guy was a good visual cast, that actor.
Yeah.
But that scene, the scene that really freaked me out when he first runs into the girl when they're swimming.
And this is a PG movie with nudity, making it very special. Yeah, that's why like they would run it on HBO in the afternoon. That's insane.
PG with nudity?
Well, before PG-13.
That's still insane, though. I feel like I've never heard that.
And
there's lots of PG movies with nudity.
I also like how she was swimming with basically like it was like a jumper or a romper, but she just had the top, her and her friend just had the top down around her waist. Mm-hmm. And so they were swimming semi-nude. It's like, dude.
I mean, I feel like women
got to keep that PG rating
topless sometimes when they're around each other, but not bottomless.
Is that a fantasy you have?
No. I feel like that is what women do.
Is that what you think they were going for, Adam?
It's just like two women hanging out.
So then he uses the ferrets to steal her clothes.
Yes,
but she's already wearing. she's already wearing her clothes. Because as she's getting out of the water, she just covers up her top with her romper thing. So it's like his plan didn't work.
It definitely worked. And then he had the tiger come and he saved her. He just used the Beastmaster used his animals to get laid.
And then the tiger wasn't even about it. That was I actually kind of chuckled because he was like, "Now get out of here." He kept doing like, "Get out" to the tiger, and the tiger just like sat there.
He said the tiger was like really hard to direct. Like the only way you could get it to do anything was just like have like raw meat in buckets.
Yeah, there's that part where he like almost, it looks like, or he like smells the ferret and they're in the same shot. It just seems like he's just going to bite the ferret's head off.
Oh,
I'm sure it could have happened.
I mean, they used a real bear too. There's probably a lot of, you think they went through multiple ferrets?
I'm sure they had a lot of ferrets.
He's the ferret guy. The ferret monster.
Because they were just like handling those ferrets.
I mean, like they don't even use.
Yeah, he was really rough with them. It was like he's just like, "Hey, you want to see a ferret?" And he just like rips it.
Yeah, and he just rips it out of his pocket.
Yeah, those ferrets are awesome.
Do you think he did a little Richard Gere style an asshole action at night?
Yeah, that's where they slept at night.
If it got cold, probably.
That'd be cool if he didn't have a tote bag. He just put them in his ass and then started walking around. Going on adventures and stuff.
What about when the hawk picked up a fully grown child and flew it up into the sky?
Yeah, well, the child was about to be sacrificed by Mayo.
Yeah, but how strong is that hawk?
Yeah.
Very strong. Well, hawks, see, I bet in the book it could have been like a 5-foot hawk,
like a griffin,
like a giant
condor.
Wingspan.
Yeah, griffin.
But we skipped over the bird people kind of. So when I was a kid, my brother and we would act out like those bird people, and we would use blankets and we would like hold them out like wings and then like encircle the other one and then just like pretend we ate them.
But really, you guys were kissing.
But really, I'm just sucking his dick. No. It's funny watching it now because as a kid, that scene was like scary and like.
Oh, it was creepy. That was like the best costume out of the whole, or the best makeup.
The bat people?
They're not bat people. They're bird people.
Okay, they kind of look like bats.
That makes more sense. I had more of like a vampire vibe because they like they like eat humans, disintegrate them.
Yeah. Do you know why they didn't kill Beastmaster?
Because he had the hawk.
Exactly.
They were going to, and then the hawk flew onto his arm.
I see.
And they're like, "Hey, this guy likes birds. It's pretty cool."
Yo, you like birds?
This is a bird guy.
They're just.
But Ryan, what's the big problem with that?
They're vampires.
Why didn't the Beastmaster just talk to them?
He did at the end. At the end, when they nod to him, when they come and save the day, and they nod to him, and he nods back. I think they communicated right there.
So I guess maybe he was communicating with them, but they're like too smart, and they're like, "All right, we're just going to."
Well, I think they're too humanoid for him to.
These are the rules we need to figure out.
Yeah, I think.
Well, he's not strong enough yet. He's still. This is like year one. even though he's had these powers since he was like 13, but he never honed them until like throughout the movie, he's getting stronger with his powers.
Yeah.
So maybe like by movie 3, he could start controlling humans.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool idea.
Do you know what happens in Beastmaster 2?
At least communicating, because he doesn't control the animals. He just communicates with them.
So in Beastmaster 2, his brother, Wings Hauser, creates a portal of time, and they go to modern day LA.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my God.
Why do they always do that?
That's such a different thing.
And it's directed by that producer guy, Silvio Talbot.
Nice.
And the guy's big plan is he's going to get like a neutron bomb and bring it back to the Beastmaster world and just like take over.
How does he know about
that's a cool
bomb?
He watches it on TV or some shit. I saw it as a kid.
Why did they do that? Didn't they do that with Hercules too? They like brought Hercules into modern day big city.
That should be every.
Yeah, Hercules in New York.
That big of a jump for the Schwarzenegger every time you make a sequel.
Yeah, that's just a different movie.
You just have to go to LA in 1992.
And he's walking around shirtless and everything's weird. Or I bet they had to learn how to dress.
There's a dress montage. He hooks up with Carrie Wurr, and she's like, "Whoa, you need new threads. You need new clothes." She's like a valley girl.
That's cool.
Oh Jesus, that sounds awful.
You know, I think that because was it this? What's the genre of this movie? This like type of fantasy.
Sword and Sandal.
I feel like
what sword?
This had
sandal?
A thing. It's like with Conan the Barbarian or whatever.
Yeah,
like I feel like it had like in like the 70s or whatever. I think people
Frazetta, the art. Frazetta really captured the art style in the 70s.
Yeah, like that sci-fi novel cover stuff.
There's also like in heavy metal, they had a character.
Yeah, heavy metal.
That's like a parody of this, where a little kid goes to another world and he's like a big tough guy.
But they're like primitive settings. But I think it's like barbarian shit.
Yes.
But I think that this like when was the era of this stretch with Conan and stuff, like in the 70s or whatever, right?
Well, they said Conan came out a month before this movie.
Oh wow,
like 2 months.
Yeah, it was like a phase of Hollywood movies.
They know, right?
But like why? I think
they know what kind of movies are coming out.
Of course, but you know why?
I mean, these guys.
I think the
Frazetta art is the big influence because like he did Fire.
Yeah, but that's not mainstream.
And that's a fantasy animated movie, and it is mainstream. I mean, he did the Kiss Destroyer album cover. He's really famous, so I think it just took some time to get going. Cool. But after Star Wars,
fantasy,
there's a definite Star Wars influence on Beastmaster. Like he looks like Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, and
I bet that was partly why he was cast.
And then he just starts training with that big stick when he runs. When his whole village gets slaughtered, the first thing he does when his entire village gets slaughtered is he runs up to a mountain and starts swinging a stick around.
That's the best possible reaction you could have.
But he's already ripped.
He's gonna stay ripped.
Okay, got it.
Okay, Ryan.
But I was going to say, I think that this phase of movies coincided with advancements in bodybuilding, or like something where like these guys like Arnold or whatever, or this guy, like they're so ripped. People did not used to get that ripped because you couldn't like.
Well, yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger is a huge.
But that's like a
influence on this.
Yeah,
he changed the world. I mean, if you watch Pumping Iron, there's a scene where Arnold is giant and he's in a prison in California, and like all these skinny prisoner guys are like, oh man, I want to get ripped like that guy. Like, one. But that was that's something that like drew an audience back then. Was like, check out how ripped this guy's body is.
It looks like a superhero. That's what superheroes look like.
Yeah, it's kind of like a spectacle. Like, you know, big movies need some version of a spectacle, whether it's like sex or violence, effects kind of shit. Like, and this is like, check out this hunky guy.
There's this good, there's a good movie that Schwarzenegger was in that was really early on. That's maybe.
That the one where he like smokes weed. There's that scene.
Well, Pumping Iron is definitely like the one to watch. because he's just so amazing in that documentary that it's like, yeah, this guy's gonna be a movie star.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a masterpiece. And then he's in this other movie directed by Bob Rafelson.
Oh yeah,
called Stay Hungry, and he plays a bodybuilder.
Yeah, he plays
from
himself.
Austria. Have you seen it, Adam?
No, but
isn't there that scene where he
I've seen it.
Where he
I just watched
weed?
it. That's in Pumping Iron.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so Pumping Iron was what? When the hell was Pumping Iron? Oh, I'm looking at IMDb and he's listed by self, so it's like a whole other category. Pumping Iron is 77. So even Stay Hungry predates Pumping Iron. So definitely Beastmaster's 5 years after Pumping Iron, so yeah, I think people were doing bodybuilding like crazy. And
isn't that what Pumping Iron's about? Like how it's like the new version of that bodybuilding? Isn't that how it like where they're like bigger and shit?
Who do you think's got a better body, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson or Arnold?
Wow,
Arnold in his prime.
Yeah.
And then what would you say The Rock is his prime, like Attitude Era?
No, he was like chubby. I feel like.
No, I think once he became like a movie star, I feel like he polished off.
I feel like.
Arnold.
We got to just do a side by side.
I feel like Dwayne's is more practical though.
Yeah, but you have to understand that the like sport of bodybuilding, the contest of bodybuilding, like Arnold is like one.
Oh yeah, Arnold is way more intense looking.
Oh yeah,
because he's also doing his whole body.
And Arnold's like pecs are
his
pretty
pecs
wild.
have freaking pecs. His there's like a pec just underneath his areola.
Yeah, and
he's like a separate pec.
That's cool.
What's underneath the bicep?
Tricep.
Bicep. Right? Yeah, so like Coden has Arnold, which is awesome, but Beastmaster has really good like horror movie elements, really good production design.
Yeah, like those bird vampires. That thing was tight when that happened.
I like the bald priests; they're cool.
Oh yeah,
and they hang themselves.
That was cool.
That was dope.
I really liked. I thought the
witches are cool.
Yeah, the witches are awesome in this movie. I think, and they're like the shots of them are like, especially in the origin part, like the very beginning, like that really creepy shot of the witch as they like the horseback goes by her. Like that's good. That's like as good as witch stuff from that movie, The Witch.
Okay, so I don't understand this part of the plot, and maybe they said it in the commentary. When she steals the kid, why didn't she just kill the kid? She goes in there and she puts that blue sperm looking stuff on their throats, which I assume paralyzes them, is what I got out of that. But then she takes the baby magically puts the baby inside of the cow.
She has to put the mark of it's really dumb. Like I noticed this in my third watching. Mayox says you have to put the mark of R on the kid before you kill it. So it's an offering to the.
So then why didn't they wait until she just had the baby and then, I guess then she went and also that was the king, right?
Yes. King Zed.
So how the hell did she just walk in with a cow?
With a cow.
Walk into their bedroom with a cow.
I thought she she used her witch magic powers. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm assuming.
Classic witch move.
But yes, their security is horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day.
He's like Mayox is like a Rasputin type. He's just kind of taking over, the village.
Yes.
Oh, and then when they're like playing, when Beastmaster's like 13 or whatever, and his dad, so I guess, or father figure, throws his little boomerang knife thing at their friend's hat, just teasing the friend, and then it ends up murdering him because of the bear. And they're just like, we're laughing about it, and they bullied this dude, and then he walked over to the tree and he couldn't get his hat off, and then a bear just popped out of nowhere and mauled him to death. Yeah,
well, it's at that time they play rough. Yeah. These are barbarians. These aren't your normal.
Well, true. And what's the name of their clan or whatever? Esperon or something?
I just know the Jun are the bad guys.
Esperanto.
Yeah. something like that. And the Beastmaster is the last of them. But they put up a fight.
They did. The dogs saved Beastmaster.
Yeah. Well, was that the dog
awesome.
or was that Beastmaster communicating?
But Beastmaster's asleep.
Wow, it really makes you think.
The dog's like, oh, I better keep this guy around. I love fucking him.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
That's a deleted scene.
He eats my ass.
Yeah.
But I guess
he puts peanut butter on the dog's ass.
He's technically not from that clan because he was born under the king.
Correct.
Oh, true.
He just was raised by them, and he was born out of a cow.
It's kind of like the Moses story.
And that's why he has the Beastmaster,
powers?
the beast powers, because he came from an animal.
I'm gonna go knock up a cow out here and have my child be a Beastmaster.
Yeah,
it's just like
you're just fucking cows.
It's just this like horrible half human, half cow hybrid, and it's telepathic.
Yeah, just like a deranged retarded.
That's like the Antichrist.
Yeah, I like how when he became Beastmaster, he like stopped wearing pants.
He just stopped wearing clothes entirely. He doesn't wear a shirt. He just runs shirtless. He doesn't even have a horse.
That's what I was saying. He should have got a bear.
Interesting. Yeah.
He should have rode a bear.
He should have rode the tiger.
Nah, I don't think that's big enough.
But come on, that's hard to shoot.
Yes,
it's like,
sure.
You're trying to get fucking tiger.
Or I would get like a big ass warthog and just
nice
saddle that sucker up.
When did He-Man come out? 1982.
I'd ride a gorilla.
After
1982. That's the same year as Beastmaster.
They look the exact.
Yeah, see, this is like that time. Dolph Lundgren, he's a hunky guy.
Well, I'm telling you, Frazetta, that's the guy.
Frazetta was really horny when he was drawing, I bet.
He's a cool Italian dude.
Well, he's drawing just like 42 abs on.
Yeah.
This sexy
all those drawings were done with a full erection.
Who do you think would win in a fight? That Seth guy with the bow staff or Beastmaster?
Seth, of course. I'm team Seth all the way.
Without his animals, I don't think Beastmaster has.
Well, he learned sword play.
His sword play is pretty shitty.
He's kind of a knucklehead.
Yeah.
Turns out Frazetta didn't do the Kiss album cover. It was Ken Kelly.
Fucking idiot.
It looks like Frazetta.
I love metal, or like Kiss isn't metal, but just I love like these album covers that are like in this style.
Dio, that's the best one.
I was thinking of Iron Maidens.
Yeah, but Holy Diver.
Oh, speaking of Iron Maiden, those freaking the Death Guards or whatever they were called,
the S&M buddies.
Yeah,
the guy from Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah, those guys are cool with the green eyes.
And they had the spikes, the spiked armor. Yeah,
I loved them. I loved the Gimps.
Yeah, in the commentary they said they got the spike gloves from a sex shop in West Hollywood.
Yeah, that makes
nice. Sense. That's cool. It's fun movie.
Which is what they look like. They just look like gimps, like horny gimps.
I mean,
and then they put that weird like glowing worm in their ear, and it destroys their brain. The kid was explaining everything, and he was like, "It destroys anything it eats." And I'm like, "Well, then why wouldn't it just eat the whole brain?"
Damn, you're such a hard customer.
Well, they're also doing magic too, right? Because
yeah, but the worm wasn't magic.
Just like close-up magic.
The priests weren't doing it. The priests were just dropping this little earworm.
So when I saw this, I was like, "Oh, this is just like Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan." But this movie predates Wrath of Khan. So Beastmaster is a very influential movie.
Really?
Yeah. In Wrath of Khan, they put worms in a guy's ear.
I think that's been a scary thing for people forever.
Beastmaster invented it. Confirmed.
Damn, legendary movie.
Earwigs? Isn't that a worm? A real life worm? Or what are they called?
We don't talk about that.
Oh, God, they got him. They're controlling you.
Yeah. I was thinking that William was just too scared and freaked out by earwigs, but Ryan, you think that the earwigs have control?
The earwigs already, they're pulling the strings.
Nice. Is this do you think that like these were hits in the gay community?
He literally looks like a Playgirl centerfold running around. Like,
I think he's like a gay icon, honestly.
Because he has like no hair and he's like greased up. You know, like he's hairless.
He's got two ferrets up his butt half of the movie.
This is major eye candy, I would say.
I mean, I was into it. And I'm not even, I've never been horny, and this movie made me experience horny. Mm-hmm.
Damn. You had your sexual awakening while watching Beastmaster?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
That's great, man.
The girl ended up to be a freaking badass too. When she just dips it and goes into some secret armory.
And she changes her outfit.
She changes her outfit, and then she comes back with all these little gadgets, all these little throwing knives.
Do you recognize that actress?
No, she looked familiar.
What if I told you she was in a big 90s sitcom on Fox?
I'd be like, okay, what one? I didn't watch a lot of
Married with Children?
King of Queens?
No. Oh, by the way, oh, wait, go ahead.
She was married to a guy with like a perm.
Mendoza?
Like the guy who's in 2 Men and a Baby, 3 Men and a Baby. Is it that? No, who's the
A Dance on Tom Selleck.
I'll have what she's having.
Billy Crystal. He doesn't have a perm.
No, I'm not thinking of Billy Crystal. I'm thinking of the.
To find out that Billy Crystal.
Meg Ryan.
Billy Crystal made his hair look like that on purpose.
I know what actor you're talking about.
I just watched the Two Cities.
No, the character on the sitcom has a perm, and it's.
What's the thing? Just tell us, dude.
It's a very funny show about teenagers having
mad
fun.
About You.
They're in the high school.
Boy Meets World.
And they smoke the marijuana sometimes in the TV show, but they don't show them smoking.
Oh, that 70s show.
Do you remember which character she is?
She's the mom, the neighbor kid.
Neighbor kid's mom.
Exactly.
The redhead's mom.
Nice.
I saw it one time in Austin. Who the love interest in that, the redhead?
Laura Prepon.
Laura Prepon.
I saw her in Austin at South by Southwest. We were at the Velveeta Room hanging out, or Esther's Folly, just hanging out there because that's like where all the comics hung out. And we saw her get turned away at the door because she just tried to walk in. And I don't know why she was there. She was doing some movie panel or something. And the door guy was like, you have to have a badge, or like, what do you, and she's like, do you not know who I am? And she said that like 3 times. And it was just really embarrassing. And the guy was like, no, I have no idea who you are. Like, what, you have a badge.
That's pretty funny.
Do you think he would do that to Billy Crystal?
And then somebody had
well, if he didn't do his normal perm, and he walked in with his like straight long.
I felt embarrassed for her because she had to be like, do you know who I am? You don't know who I am.
No, we don't.
Like, no, and her hair was like blonde and stuff. So.
Yeah. I've heard isn't she supposed to be like difficult or something?
This was before.
There's a great documentary on Radiohead called "Meeting People Is Easy," and there's a scene where they have a concert in New York, and then that night Tom York is just like outside a club trying to get in, and the door guy's like talking to the other person who works. So he's like, "Do we have a party for Radiohead tonight? Anybody? No." He's like, and then like Tom York just gets frustrated and starts walking away. And then the guy's like, Radiohead, dickhead, creep. Just fucking destroys Tom York. And then like the next hour of the movie, Tom York's just depressed every day.
Oh my God.
Sounds awesome.
Damn. He got his.
Yeah.
He got his.
He's already got to deal with the eye. Like, give the man a break.
The eye?
His eye.
He has a lazy eye.
He's got a strange. Oh. Yeah, he's got a funny eye.
Is that why he's so sad?
Man's a genius.
Maybe he's maybe it's connected to a small ring and he's able to scope out.
I want that ring.
That ring holds up.
Dude, it's a fucking nice piece.
That was definitely something I remembered as a kid, but it was a big deal for this movie when I was a kid, but I had forgotten, and then watching it again, it was like, oh yeah, the ring.
That was that was cool graphics, but it was creepy as hell.
That's kind of like
that kid has had to pee on this adventure. He's gone into the woods hold his little kid dingus, and then the witches like turn the eye on, or the Rip Torn turns the eye on, and he's like, "Go, God!" Just staring at a little kid's wiener.
He's like, "Come on, kid. This kid's just drinking water. He never has to fucking pee."
That'd be awesome if that was a scene.
I mean,
Beastmaster.
They throw children in a fire pit,
and then they throw children into the Birdman.
Yeah,
and like, I don't think he gives a shit about seeing some kid's dick. Like,
I mean, but how pissed would you be? Babies. You're trying to spy. Like you're trying.
I don't want to see that. That's a little inappropriate, I think.
He's like, all right, I'm going to figure out their plans. Log on. Can you log on to the key ring? The eye ring?
The guy should have taken the key and just shoved it up his asshole and be like, come on, look at that, man.
Yeah.
And then the witch just gets pink eye. She just has like pink eye for the rest of the movie. It's like, oh.
That's such a better version of that scene.
We should.
They just all shit on it. Come like they're just pissing on the eye.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, you just start pissing directly into the eye.
We didn't think this through. We didn't think this through.
Yeah.
I told you we should have put a casing around it.
It's shocking whenever the ferrets are on screen and the movie just becomes like alive, like electrifying. Like whenever the ferrets are doing anything, I'm just like so much more into the movie.
Yeah. There should be a spinoff of just the ferrets.
Meet the ferrets.
Yeah.
I mean, they might be the strongest out of the three. If you think about it. So the tiger, the black tiger, was chasing a dude and got trapped in a pit and almost died. The hawk was just kind of flying around doing its thing. The ferrets, they took out an entire like platoon when they were running from that gimp.
Yes, and also they running through the castle. Remember when the ferret bit the guy in the balls and
saved the day?
And then and then the fence closed on like four guys all stabbing them. Yeah, they all got stabbed at the exact same time.
The ferrets were really the ones that saved the dude's life over and over.
Well, they killed the bad guy at the end.
They saved him from the quicksand.
And they got him laid.
Yeah, by crawling up his butt.
Oh, Kodo even committed.
And they stayed in his ass that whole time.
Kodo sacrificed his life to save everyone.
To save the Beastmaster. Oh, he died in the end?
Yeah, Kodo dies.
But the other one.
Kodo has babies.
Kodo has babies, which is very cute. At the end.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't paying attention.
You think the ferret guys they really liked that part of the ending? Guys who are into ferrets. That's all the movie.
Yeah.
They're like, this movie is awesome. Yeah, first the nuts because they're like, yeah, ferrets rock, and then at the end when they see the babies, they're like, oh my god, like, yes, that's what I want.
I gotta go to the bathroom, and his wife is like, why? The movie's almost over. He's like, I gotta go, and he's just furiously jerking off.
Yeah.
I was thinking more wholesome. Like they just like ferrets, so they were like happy.
Yeah. So you can jerk off just because you're happy. You never been so happy
I can only do it when I'm crying and sad.
Right.
Speaking of crying and sad, so they rescue Zed, who his eyeballs are removed, and he calls Beastmaster like a coward and an idiot.
He calls him a freak.
Yeah, and it's his father, which is all hilarious. And he's like, Beastmaster's like, I don't think you should go attack them. They're gonna kill you. And he's like, shut up, idiot. And then Beastmaster goes and cries by himself, like.
That was sad because he literally just risked everything to save him, and then the first thing is like first thing he does is he's the Beastmaster. Who is this guy? He's the Beastmaster. He just saved your life, and he goes, he's a freak.
Yeah,
I don't remember this scene at all. I think this is the part of the movie where I started like connecting with my son.
You started tuning out. Yeah. Like I've missed a lot of these.
So while the king was disconnecting with his son, you were.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God.
That's when they figured out the ring thing. So they were even like, they're spying on us. We shouldn't do this plan. They just heard our plan. We're doing it. I'm the blind king that's been in prison for however many years.
I was watching Terminator, and one thing that Terminator does really well is whenever there's a really dumb exposition scene, they just have it being told in a car chase, like in an action sequence. So watching Beastmaster, the scene where he gets rescued by Seth and the little kid. And this is like earlier in the movie. And then there's like a fire. They're around a fire and they're talking and like they're just giving all this backstory. And it's like so fucking boring. But like if like a second gang of guards had just come by and they were just like fighting the guards and then having like quippy dialogue and like explaining what happened or like hopping on like a horse or in a carriage or whatever and just like racing like a wagon, it would have been awesome. But like they just stop everything and then they just have these like,
it's real, man. It's real life.
Yeah, that's a cinema verite, a little slice of life.
And a little slice of life. Except they never eat in the movie and they never use the bathroom.
More movies need to have people use the bathroom or at regular intervals in the movie.
Yeah, like a normal.
I gotta take a shit.
Yeah.
Like how John Wick they count all the bullets and stuff and reload every time. It's all realistic with that.
John Wick 3 is awesome.
And
what about
they should have that, but people just like get up and I gotta go pee in the middle of the movie, or like they're getting chased and they're like, shit, I should have.
I think it'd be cool if like that 70s show, because you know they live in Wisconsin, they're eating a lot of cheese, and they're just like, Ashton Kutcher's like, I gotta take a shit, and he just like goes into like a sitcom room kind of shit, and he's just like, oh man,
multicam, like it's on a stage,
and the audience is laughing,
but it's not like punched up or anything for the thing. It's like shown how people actually take shits,
just sitting there. And they didn't have cell phones back then, so they're just like sitting there.
Yeah.
He's just wiping his ass. Oh, no toilet paper. Audience laugh.
We can all relate.
I really liked how I feel like this movie is like gnarlier, I feel like, than it would be if it was made today. It would
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's not made by a studio. It's just made by these young filmmakers and then this one crazy Lebanese producer. So
you always need it. That's always such a good element for a production, is a crazy, like,
I mean, they would have to make it a little
Middle East,
a little less like rapey. The Beastmaster is kind of like a little, that whole scene when he first meets her is like, bro, chill.
Listen, every movie was rapey until like 2016.
Yeah, but I mean, he uses a tiger to get up close to a girl.
I know. It's a cool move. It's like one of the first things he does. It'd
be funny if he was just like, he's like meditating and he has his hands on his head and then the ferret is just like running up the girl's vagina and he's just like, it's just like a POV shot.
That's all I'm saying is he could have been smarter about it.
So like assault women.
He's just cranking it.
Yeah. He just assaults women with the ferrets.
And then she sees him and he's like, oh, sorry, you caught me. She's like, you.
Yeah.
I'm the beast masturbator.
Nice. Beast masturbator.
Or he's just like watching like the tiger fuck another tiger and he's just like, oh.
POV style?
Yeah, he's getting watches their sex. The two ferrets, he watches them fuck.
Yes, exactly. He's just like...
You know, why didn't he use...
They don't know, but he knows.
He should have used the hawk more to lift people. Or get a bunch of hawks and have them carry him around instead of walking everywhere.
Like Up?
Well, the hawk could also...
House with balloons.
Like, you remember in Spider-Man or whatever the fuck, Captain America, like 3 or 2, where they start using other people's powers and like bouncing off each other or like carrying Ant-Man. Yeah, like in the Avengers.
Yeah.
Like, the hawk should be picking up the ferrets and then dropping them off on top of the pyramid and just killing.
He did that though. To get out of the gate, he used the hawk to carry the ferrets up to, but then he had to tie a string onto them and like.
Yeah. All right, that was cool.
Yeah, but his plan was to have the ferrets chew through a foot thick, a 12-inch thick rope. And they're like, we only got like 5 seconds. This is the best plan.
Yeah.
Those ferrets could, because they figured it out. They bit the dude in the nuts and used the guy's sword to chop the rope.
They're crafty.
Yeah, the Beastman is pretty thick-headed.
Good old Beastman.
Well, if the hawk just picked up Beastmaster and just flew him around.
That's what I was saying. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Like just throw him at enemies or just jump over enemies.
You could do that if you had one hawk hold your arms and then another hawk hold your legs. And you could fly like
a razor scooter.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly like a razor scooter.
Well, I mean, we saw that one hawk could pick up a small child who probably weighed about 50 pounds at least.
Hawks could pick up like small dogs. Definitely.
That's like 25 pounds, 20 pounds.
Yeah, yeah.
So how big? The Beastmaster is probably 3 to 4 of those little kids in weight. So he would need about 4 hawks.
Okay, fair enough. Everyone for each limb.
Yeah, or just do like a cross.
That's a cool way to fly, actually.
Do a cross pose and just have 2 on each arm.
Oh yeah, I like that. That's badass.
How terrifying would that be if you just saw a man flying?
Yeah, fucking. That's the best thing you could do as Beastmaster. I feel like is allow himself to fly via this 4-hawk system that we've developed. It's a good system.
There's a lot that I would have done different with this film.
Remember the scene where I like the one where like the scene where like those arms were coming out of the walls and he had to like climb over it.
Yeah, that seemed like a stupid trap. That was the GIMP room.
Yeah, the GIMP room.
They should have released all those GIMPs, though. We only got to see 3 of them.
Yeah. They should have shown the GIMPs having their
They'd be too out of
sex.
They'd be way too out of control.
I want to see the GIMPs being GIMPs, you know?
Release the GIMPs.
Imagine getting chased down a cave
terrifying.
hallway from a bunch of GIMPs. That would be so scary.
Green-eyed GIMPs with studded bracers.
Yeah. I don't want to like kink discriminate or whatever.
That'd be terrifying. A group of people chasing you in general.
I don't want to prejudge anybody in a GIMP mask. But that would be scary, I think. Because you just know, well, when the GIMP mask is on, you can't read any facial expressions and engage.
When the GIMP mask is on.
Yeah, that'd be real scary.
Well, you think you'd be a big brave guy?
If one of those,
if I'm the Beastmaster, I'm not going to be scared of a guy wearing a leather mask.
But they have no fear.
A bunch of GIMPs. Like, remember that show, Trigger Happy TV on Comedy Central? That was like the hidden camera British show. And remember, there was one thing they would do where like somebody would be walking down an alley, and then a bunch of like mascots come and like charge the other way, and it like shows them running away.
There's this
Imagine if that happened to you with GIMPs.
Japanese show that did that.
Yeah.
What if Beastmaster just like starts slicing up the GIMPs and like, whoa, we're just doing a prank, man. It's just a prank show.
Whoa.
Yeah.
There's cameras over there. There's a camera on that ring. There's a camera on the.
He takes off his GIMP mask and it's Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, Ashton.
Who were they?
You got punked.
Who was? What is his name? Mylak? Rip Torn's character?
Mayax.
Who were they praying to?
R.
Of course.
And
how come you didn't know that, Ryan?
What was he keeping away? He was just a fanatic, right?
Yeah. He just wanted power, and he would use he worshipped I guess his dark god.
And then how come
he's the little finger of this?
Yeah, how come the ghouls or whatever they didn't attack him? They were working together.
He's Jafar-ish as well.
His wardrobe for sure.
Well, he's like the advisor to the king or whatever the turns, right?
I guess. Like a Rasputin type.
Rasputin.
Yeah, because he freaked out when the prophecy was that the king's son was going to be the one that kills him.
But the other thing with Rasputin is like the wife liked Rasputin, who was into him. It didn't seem like anyone liked Mayax. So I don't know why they were keeping him around. They're just like, the king comes in the first scene, and he's like, "Oh, I hear you're going to sacrifice another child."
Yeah.
And he's just like, "Well, you're the king. If you don't like it, fucking do something, buddy."
Yeah.
Also, he has like those weird teeth. It's like, why would you keep eyebrows around like that?
And nose.
Yeah, with the eyebrows. It's like trimming your nose. There,
was he? And he wasn't even like a magic user. He was just a priest.
Well, he killed children.
That's kind of like magic.
But like, I feel like if you have magic, then you can get those eyebrows. He just had those eyebrows. He didn't earn them. He didn't deserve those eyebrows.
Once you become high enough on the magic food chain, your underlings do all the magic for you.
But he didn't.
Of course. Yeah, I really liked the take on the witches. This movie.
Would you like the opposite?
Old body, good face.
Yeah. Butter body.
Oh, butter body. Well, yeah, I liked Beastmaster. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was very entertaining. I wish it was like better. I mean, like I wish it was filmed.
Well, the one thing that's
the beginning is awesome.
Choreography.
The beginning is really good, actually. I thought
just the action. I think
the directors, they like got locked out of the editing room and couldn't finish the movie.
Damn, that sucks. I feel like the beginning is like probably it felt like a Don Coscarelli movie, and then it gets like worse by the end.
And then they said all their pickup days got canceled, so they're like, "Oh, I guess we're gonna have pickups." And they're like, "No,
excuses." From the Beastmaster
let's just fill it in with a Hawk point of view.
Yeah. But yeah, the movie, it's a good movie for kids.
Yeah, it's their first
boobies.
Scene. Yeah.
If you want to see like a hard PG movie, Beastmaster is definitely the kind of movie you should watch.
That's a good genre, the hard PG.
Yeah.
That's a real genre.
Parental strongly guidance.
Yeah.
Well, like any 70s movie will have like a rape scene and be like PG rated, like Billy Jack.
Yeah.
Right. Billy Jack's a movie about a guy who he's kind of like Crocodile Dundee. He's
sweet.
He's a white guy who does like martial arts.
Hell yeah.
He has like Native American spiritual,
and he gets raped.
Connections. Well, like this, like he teaches at a Montessori school, and this like woman gets raped, or there's like a rape attempt.
That was a common plot.
Yeah.
It's like, or like Pete's Dragon. They like raped a dragon.
Yeah.
And then Pete doesn't want to like play with him anymore. And it's like, it's pretty cool.
No, but I thought you were going to say that Pete raped the dragon, and that's why it's called Pete's Dragon.
No, that was consensual when they hook up.
Nice.
Well, Pete would like let the dragon blow him, but then he'd be really mean to him afterwards, and the dragon's like really confused by it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Until he bit his little Peter off.
Oh.
Or like in The Rescuers.
I don't know The Rescuers.
What happens in The Rescuers? What are you saying about The Rescuers?
What's that chick's name? Medusa, the villain.
The only thing I remember about that is the naked lady frame
in the magazine. Are you talking about? You're thinking of
The Rescuers.
No, you're thinking of Brave Little Toaster.
No, I'm not.
Brave Little Toaster has a topless woman in it.
No, that's The Rescuers.
Really?
Well, I know Brave Little Toaster has a topless woman.
Was that PG-13?
They didn't exist until like the 80s.
Emotionally, that's like PG-13 movie, I would say. The emotional.
Oh yeah, there's the topless woman in The Rescuers. Is that real? It's in a window?
Yeah, that is. When they're going by, there's one frame of it. I Googled Brave Little Toaster naked, and it's just a bunch of like fan art.
You're going to get the like, FBI sexy toasters.
I thought I was going to say it. Like,
would you fuck the Brave Little Toaster?
No, are you kidding me?
I'd fuck the blanket.
Oh my God. This picture of the kid, like,
fucking the
getting
toaster.
blown, and the toaster's like sad. It's so funny.
I think we're looking at the exact same one.
Yeah,
or him fucking the lady, I guess, from the movie. You
gotta Google Brave Little Toaster naked. There's one with Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar Binks is fucking the guy from Rocko's Modern Life.
Jar Jar Binks is jerking off while the lamp from Brave Little Toaster sticks his nose in the cow from Rocko's Modern Life's ass.
Who has time to sit down and draw that?
Dude, this is the best stuff that's on the internet, is this kind of shit.
Ooh, Miska loves a pow pow booms a snowball surprise.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, a heifer has a weird uncircumcised dick.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. It is uncircumcised. It's a very like small, specific detail.
Right. Do you think the Beastmaster is circumcised?
But no. Jar Jar is not is circumcised, actually. Jar Jar is circumcised.
Well, he's hard.
Do you think those birdmen were definitely not circumcised? They were like full body.
No way.
How are they eating, and not bending down?
I don't think they eat. I think they just dissolve.
Oh, because they're birds. They're like puking.
I don't know what they're doing with that like weird. It might be like secretions from their wing things too. Because they don't even have mouths.
The Beastmaster is that's the title. He got that title because he was the only person in society that wasn't circumcised. So they called him Beastmaster.
He's a freak.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, get away from him.
Oh, I'm seeing more Rocco's Modern Life porn right now. There's one of Heifer sticking his dick in a hot dog bun. There's one of Heifer licking Rocco's ass.
That was in one of the episodes.
Oh,
apparently in Beastmaster 2, the tiger is no longer black. It just turns into a normal striped tiger. Because they're too lazy to paint it.
That's so wrong. That's fucked up. They should keep painting that tiger.
That's just why did they paint it to begin with?
So, to make it look cool. But like, here's some trivia from part 2. The writer said, the producer Tabbitt lured me into the sequel with the prospect of writing, directing. He explained, he made the first film, but then waited close to 7 years to make the second. Along with my writing partner, we wrote a hell of a good screenplay. Then at the last moment, he pulls the rug out from under me and says he's directing it himself.
Nice.
That's the crazy dude?
The Lebanese producer. That's awesome. This guy.
Dang it, they can pretty much do whatever they want if they're the money.
He's like the Canon Films guy, though. He's like crazy.
Yes.
He does crazy shit, so his movies are like, have a crazy edge.
Silvio Tabet. And also, I'm sure he just doesn't. I don't think he cares about the movie. He's just trying to make as much money as possible.
Sure. But that can also lead to some interesting results. Don't you agree?
Yeah, like Beastmaster in New York, modern day.
Yes, exactly.
That sounds so
quite
stupid.
Interesting, I think.
Is there any fighting? Is he like fighting people with guns and stuff then?
He's just trying to like navigate the New York dating scene.
So the other one that's like this is in Neverending Story 3. They bring a tree into like the real world.
That sounds insane.
Yeah, Neverending Story 3 is fucking nuts. Have you ever seen Neverending Story, Ryan?
Yeah, we used to watch that all the time.
I've only seen the first one.
I don't remember any of it.
Part 2.
I don't remember seeing the second one. Apparently, we used to love the first one, but I don't remember.
I think I maybe saw the second one once, but I don't remember.
The horse dying.
Yeah. Isn't it a unicorn?
No.
The white horse, though?
It's a white horse and it drowns in a river.
I thought it was quicksand or mud.
The names in the Neverending Story are awesome.
Tragic. And does the big dog dragon die?
Fuck, I should have named my son Atreyu. I fucked up.
And then your kid would have grown up and been like a dude with like tribal tats and like gauge piercings and just like
definitely ferrets.
Like incubus.
Grow up to be a ferret guy.
Dreads.
I'd be honored. Shoes. I'd be honored if my son was a toe shoe wearing ferret guy.
You're just like, my big plan is I'm gonna raise a kid in Orange County so he'll be rich and successful. He just grows up to be a fucking douche. You're just like, oh, my kid's a douche.
The biggest loser of all time.
Selling seashells with googly eyes on them at the beach. Yeah,
I'd be pissed.
He just like barely makes it through high school, and then the last week just drunk drives, gets in a horrible accident, just like wrecks everything, and he's just that kid that no one ever sees again.
And then one day his biggest achievement is going to be he gets on Shark Tank, and then they nobody's interested. He just bombs on Shark Tank.
He pisses his pants.
And Adam's just like crying.
This is his pants like on Shark Tank.
Adam's wearing glasses and has like a mustache.
Yeah, the old version of me.
It's old.
I'm
and
like,
crying.
oh fuck. What was I thinking?
Why did I raise him in Orange County?
Hi sharks. My name is Atreyu, and they just immediately start ripping it.
Atreyu? This is Neverending Story.
Honestly, I still feel like that name is awesome.
There's a shitty band named Atreyu.
I know that's the problem. That's the only problem is there's a shitty band named Atreyu. But if that band didn't exist,
but you have the same instincts as that shitty band.
I understand. I get what you're saying. It's not good.
I'm gonna name my kid.
Why don't you name your kid Dar?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna.
I'm gonna name him Tall.
Dar.
What's up, Dar?
I'm Dar. He sounds like the Beastmaster's voice sounds like when Pee-wee is in his own movie at the end of Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and his line, it's like paging Mr. Herman.
I am Dar.
That's what Beastmaster sounds like.
James Brolin.
Oh yeah, God, Pee-wee's Big Adventure is so awesome.
Well, I'll be right back.
All right.
Let's continue. Well,
Ryan, have you enjoyed being on the podcast?
Yeah, these have been two good movies so far that I've watched.
Yeah, but have you enjoyed being on the podcast?
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, it's not just the movies.
I'm just doing it for the movies.
I hear.
No, it's fun chatting about movies, and I don't normally go looking for bad movies. Not bad movies, but like old movies, like that I've never seen. And I probably like Beastmaster has been on a list forever to watch because it's like it's a pretty famous movie, right?
Yeah. Did you get the text from William just now?
Yeah, he says he has diarrhea.
Yeah.
That adds up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Beastmaster is just one I've never seen because I don't know. It's hard to watch the really bad choreography and when there's so many cool action movies out right now. You know, I could be watching Kung Fu Panda. I could be watching Kung Fu Panda 2.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of options.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. It's hard to choose. Or the Kung Fu Pandas that are direct to video.
Oh yeah. I've got all of those.
You know, who has the time, in the day
to watch Kung Fu. And if I'm not watching it, I'm playing the Xbox game, Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, totally. William's trying to text to be a part of the show still.
What's another movie you wanted to see? You keep picking I want you guys to keep picking the movies.
Well, honestly, William doesn't really like talking about movies that I pick. So I feel like it's his best when he picks. He's a special boy that gets to.
I want to see some more old fantasy like this. What did you call it? Saddle?
I kind of don't like Big Trouble in Little China, William.
Big Trouble in Little China was awesome.
Big
Trouble in Little...
Big Penis and Little...
That movie's great. You don't like that movie?
No, I don't really like it that much.
I watched that movie at...
Okay.
At the Alamo in Austin. I think it was the Alamo. In Austin, sitting next to... It was like a Doug... Interrupts Movies or whatever.
Sure.
That
Big
podcast.
Penis and Little Butthole. William just Big Penis and Little Butthole. Good content.
Well, the first time I saw that movie, I was sitting next to Hannibal Buress, and it made the movie so much better. Like his commentary was the funniest shit. So I think maybe I liked it a little more because
I have
he was making it entertaining.
My thing with that's actually has the Asian stereotypes in that movie are off-putting to me. Not like morally or anything. I'm not like gonna be. I'm not.
Well, you're the one that said don't get into anything Asian if you want to get laid.
Yes. In middle school. That's what in Florida. To be clear. But yeah, it's just an off-putting aesthetic or like just vibe. I feel like for me.
Oh, it played like a cartoon to me.
Yeah. All right. Well, William has diarrhea, so this has already gone on too long. Anyway.
Yeah. You're about to say something racist against Asian people, so.
Yeah, that's it.
Why don't you like my movie?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Why don't you like my movie? I worked so hard on it.
Who is that actor in Breakfast at Tiffany's?
This is Asian John Carpenter.
Mickey Rooney, my uncle, great actor.
Lord.
It's Mickey Rooney has a nephew that's also in Yellowface. He has a regular nephew.
When I made Halloween, no one knew Michael Myers was actually Asian.
Now you just sound like a child, like a toddler.
That's really interesting, Asian John Carpenter. That's crazy. Yeah. How did you know that Jamie Lee Curtis was a star?
Well, when I had sex with her father, Tony Curtis.
Oh wow!
He gave me her 8x10.
Is this a soundboard?
Oh, cool.
Were you doing a soundboard? Or was that you?
I thought I was just talking to Asian John Carpenter. I didn't know I was also talking to gay.
No, that was a gay Asian toddler.
I wanted to cast her mother, Janet Leigh, but Alfred Hitchcock already had been through with her.
Wow, that's Jamie Lee Curtis's parents are Janet Leigh and Tony Curtis.
I can't believe I do a podcast with this. I can't believe I do a movie podcast with this fucking idiot.
I just want to make that clear. I mean, I'm asking you, John Carpenter. I'm very surprised. Gay Asian John Carpenter.
Did you get all your diarrhea out?
No, there's still more. I just want to say Adam's a loser for not liking Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, that movie's great.
And then thinking it's antiquated.
It's morally.
It feels strange. It was a little.
It'd be funny if like Adam's at a KKK meeting with his buddy, and he's like, "Don't you think their views are a little antiquated?" It's like, you mean racist? He's just sitting next to Hannibal Buress. He's like, I don't think the KKK meeting was very good, but having Hannibal Buress next to me made it so much better.
Honestly, imagine that. That would make it so much better.
Man, you were doing some really good listening while you had diarrhea, will you?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're tying it all together.
I wish we could just go full alt-right on the podcast. I would do so much better.
All
racist jokes.
All right, I'm going to take off, though. All this diarrhea talk's getting me worked up.
Now we all have diarrhea. It's like a yawn.
Wouldn't it be great if you had diarrhea and like a ferret could wipe your ass?
That'd be awesome.
And
Beastmaster used that ferret for TP. He saw how absorbent it was in that quicksand.
The eagle is just like is letting him have like the back view.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. He's using the eagle just as like a mirror, basically.
Yeah.
Like him standing spread eagle over a mirror.
He's just fucking his chick and like looking at his ass pump. He's just like, yeah.
That's how he uses his powers. That's a good.
Just watches himself.
Yeah.
Or like in Beastmaster 2, he just puts the eagle in the back of his car and has like the first rear view camera.
Oh, cool. Yeah, when he's backing out of a driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he brings the animals with him to New York or LA?
Of course.
He's the Beastmaster. Hello.
That's wild. Well, my lights just flickered.
What?
Like the power went out for a split sec.
Whoa.
All right, hold on. We gotta stop this.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
I don't know if this recorded.
Thanks for
listening.
Mine did. I'll say bye. Bye.
Bye.